Are you an aspiring leader who knows you have more to offer but you can't seem to get ahead? Do you frequently feel overwhelmed and under-supported? Listen to the Overcome to Become podcast as we talk about actionable tasks and mindsets that you can apply to begin leading yourself. Hi, my name is Angela Buckley, your host and author of the Strength in Nature Leadership Series. I'm a mother, consultant, triathlete, and author. In Overcome to Become, I share with you the science-backed and experience-proven lessons I've learned in my own leadership journey to beat burnout. Thanks for listening. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Overcome to Become, the podcast that's put together in order to help you understand some of the things that we've learned in science for overcoming the overwhelm and beating burnout. Today, we're here to talk to you about coffee and tea. They are your antioxidant friends. So, sometimes coffee gets a bad rap because it has so much caffeine in it, and that's true. But I want you to understand that there is also a lot of health benefits associated with drinking both coffee and tea. Polyphenols and flavonoids are powerful antioxidants. These antioxidants help reduce all of the negative things that are happening in your body. For example, when we have inflammation, when we have swelling, we have negative reactions. Our body is constantly fighting, and we have to think about all the things that are happening, not just to our physical self, but our emotional self as well, as chemical reactions that are occurring in the body. And nutrition is such an important part of helping ourselves keep our mental health straight. So caffeine and coffee is one very, very popular beverage that people turn to in order to get a little bit of a pick-me-up and also to get some of those antioxidants. So on average, over 76% of Americans drink a cup or two of coffee per day. On average, 25% of Americans drink a cup of tea per day. Let's talk about what the two of them have to offer and how they're slightly different so that you can make the choices that work for you. Tea has approximately 50 milligrams of caffeine per cup. In contrast, coffee has about 100 milligrams of caffeine per cup. So you really want to take a look at if you are extremely caffeine sensitive, perhaps a tea would be something that would be more helpful for you and your body. Similarly, the profile for flavonoids and polyphenols are different between coffee and tea as well. So the green tea has on average 115 polyphenols per cup, whereas coffee has about 200. So you do have more, but when you start looking at ratios of what you're looking for, and if you are sensitive to caffeine, perhaps the green tea is an option that you would prefer to take. Now, many Americans enjoy sweetening their beverages. The health effects of caffeine and tea are so much higher when you are drinking them black, although it is common to see them mixed with other things, most commonly sugar or other sweeteners. If it's possible, try to wean yourself away from all of the other sweeteners and start working towards, and you can do that in a slow progression, working towards a black tea or a black coffee. I know certainly when I was younger, when I was in, let's say, early adoption phases of drinking coffee, I had quite a bit of cream in my coffee to sort of break down that flavor a little bit. It was a little bit too bitter for me. As I have sort of healed my body from some of the sweetness and leaning towards sweetness, I'm now at a point where I take no cream and no sugar in my coffee. So it is a process, and you don't have to get there immediately. But as you heal your body, you'll find that, in fact, you will appreciate drinking a fine cup of coffee without all of the cream and sugar added, and learn to differentiate between the different types of coffee that are available. And the same thing goes for tea. If you're going to drink a standard black tea, try to drink a tea without any of the extra sweeteners. If you do want to take a sweetener, take a look at honey as an option. At least you're getting a little bit of a benefit that goes with it instead of just straight up sugar. And keep it to a minimum. If you look on some of the adaptogen websites, if you are someone who is really looking at how do I maximize my nutrition, one of the websites that I really enjoy is called Rasa. And no benefits, no support from them in any way, but they offer some creaming type additives that are all natural, and they are adaptogens, so they're working and they're bringing in some of these healthy nutrition options, giving you a little bit of a cream in your coffee or in your tea without actually being a dairy derivative or having a sweetening effect. So there are options in the plant world that can give you some of that flavor that you're looking for while enhancing the benefits of a black tea or a black coffee. So I think today what I really want to share is that a cup of coffee is so calming. It is such a common morning ritual. As you start looking for opportunities to reduce your overwhelm and looking for nutrition to help support your journey, do not feel that you have to give up coffee. Do not feel that you have to give up tea. In fact, what you might want to be doing is taking a moment in the morning and embracing your morning ritual, understanding that your coffee or your tea is, yes, a little bit of a pick-me-up. It definitely has caffeine, but it's also doing something that is good for your body by providing for you these anti-inflammatory agents in the form of flavonoids and polyphenols. So instead of rushing through your day or guilting yourself because you've had a cup of coffee, take a moment to appreciate the value that your coffee or your tea is providing in your day. And then be aware at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, if you are leaning towards having another cup of coffee, that maybe that's not what you might want to be turning towards. Caffeine in the morning, 1 or 2 cups of coffee per day, definitely has shown significant benefits when it comes to protecting heart health. It has shown benefits in protecting mental health. It has shown benefits in supporting anti-inflammatory activity in your body. The trouble that we run into, and when you start hearing people say you shouldn't drink coffee, this happens from time to time, it's when you're drinking coffee all day long. It's when you're drinking coffee with all those sweeteners and additives that at that point is hurting yourself more than it's helping. The amount of sugar when you start drinking all of these sweet drinks or even an artificially flavored drink, you're tricking your body and you're hurting yourself more than you're helping yourself. So really try to understand the difference between a cup of coffee and how it can help you, and that cup of coffee that is pumped full of artificial flavorings and artificial sweeteners that's actually overpowering all of the healthy benefits that you're getting from that cup of coffee. So that's all we have to share with you today. Enjoy your cup of coffee. Really take a moment to thank those little beans that do so much for you, help you get up going in the morning, but then put that down in the later of the day and really turn towards water or something that's going to be slightly more hydrating, but is also going to allow your hormones to balance themselves out so that you can still get a good night's rest. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you really enjoy listening to this podcast and that it brings you a little bit of information. If you are so interested, feel free to hop over to the website strengthinnature.com and take a look at our course that is called Overcome the Overwhelm, where we really delve into these issues on a week-by-week basis in depth with course learnings with a lot more information to support Overcome to Become. Thank you so much. I look forward to speaking to you next week. You've just concluded an episode of Overcome to Become, a leadership podcast focusing on leading yourself first. Thanks for listening. I'm Angela Buckley with Creatively Efficient, author of the Strength in Nature Leadership Series. Please help me to continue these series by writing a review wherever you prefer to listen. Thank you for your time and interest. I appreciate your support.